Every mistake has a price, but some come with interest. Living beyond your means is one of them. The kind of mistake that doesn't destroy you in a single day, but slowly eats away at your freedom, your peace, and your future until you wake up one morning and realize you've built a prison with your own hands. Before we dive deep into this, take a moment to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications. What you're about to hear might just save you or someone you love from a lifetime of silent regret. Let's get real. It starts small. It always does. Maybe you get your first real job and suddenly the world feels open. You've got a paycheck, you've got plans, and you've got something to prove. The shoes you once admired in the store window are now on your feet. The phone you couldn't afford last year is now in your hand. The weekend trips, the dinners out, the designer shirt you told yourself was a reward. At first, it feels good. You're living the dream. But beneath that feeling is a quiet whisper. Can you really afford this life, or are you renting it? There was a guy named Michael, or let's just say someone like him, because there are millions of Michaels out there. He wasn't a bad person. He worked hard, he was ambitious, and like most of us, he wanted to look successful. The problem was he confused looking successful with being successful. Michael landed his first decent job at 26. The salary wasn't huge, but it was enough to get by. Instead of building a safety net, he built an image. He bought a car that cost more than half his annual income, rented a flashy apartment, and filled it with furniture bought on credit. He told himself it was all temporary. The promotions, bonuses, and future success would cover it. But success doesn't always come when you expect it. Bills, on the other hand, never miss a deadline. Month after month, the numbers didn't add up. So he borrowed. First from a friend, then from the bank, then from the kind of lenders who smile while they tighten the rope. He started dodging calls. He stopped answering messages from people who once trusted him. The stress ate at him. He smiled in photos, but died a little every time his phone buzzed with another payment reminder. By the time he was 30, the same people who once envied his lifestyle pitied him. The car got repossessed, the apartment lease was cancelled, and his reputation collapsed. Not because he was lazy, but because he spent years pretending he was ahead when he was actually sinking. Michael's story is not special. It's the quiet tragedy happening everywhere, in cities, towns, and villages, among the rich and the poor alike. People chasing appearances they can't afford, trying to impress people who don't even care. Social media made it worse. Now everyone lives on a stage. The line between real life and performance has blurred. You see a friend post a vacation photo and suddenly you feel small. You forget that photo might have been financed by debt, loans, or lies. We've created a generation that measures worth by possessions instead of purpose. The sad truth is, most people today would rather look rich than be free. Freedom doesn't wear designer clothes. It doesn't drive a fancy car. Freedom is waking up and knowing you owe no one. It's the peace of mind that comes from knowing your bills are paid, your savings are safe, and your choices belong to you. Not to the bank. But living beyond your means destroys that. It turns you into a slave with a smile. You start making decisions not based on what's right for you, but what looks right to others. You stop living for yourself and start performing for an invisible audience. And the applause never lasts. Think about it. How many people have you seen ruin their lives trying to maintain a lifestyle they couldn't sustain? That guy with the expensive car who can't afford fuel. That lady with a luxury handbag but no emergency fund. That family that argues every month because their income disappears into interest payments. It's not greed that kills them. It's pride. Pride is the most expensive addiction in the world. It makes you spend money you don't have to impress people who don't matter. And when the show ends, pride doesn't help you pay the debt. What's ironic is that living beyond your means doesn't just break your wallet. It breaks your spirit. It turns ambition into anxiety. Every phone call becomes a threat. Every new bill feels like a punishment. You start living with your back against the wall, hoping something miraculous will fix everything. But miracles don't pay interest. Discipline does, there's a saying. The fastest way to go broke is to act rich. And yet, every day, people fall into the same trap. Because the pressure to appear successful is stronger than the patience to build it. Let's be honest. Society doesn't celebrate slow growth. Nobody claps for the person quietly saving, investing, or living simply. But everyone claps when someone flaunts success, even if it's built on credit. And that's why this mistake keeps repeating itself across generations. Parents do it. Young people do it. Even leaders do it. Governments, too, live beyond their means, borrowing from tomorrow to fund today's illusion. The world itself is teaching you to consume more, want more, and think less. And if you don't wake up, you become another product of that system. Broke, bitter, and pretending to be fine. The saddest part, once debt takes control of your life, it doesn't stop at money. It begins to reshape who you are. You become defensive, impatient, sometimes even dishonest. You start cutting corners, borrowing from one person to pay another. You lie to keep your image alive. Before long, you lose respect from others and from yourself. Michael learned this the hard way. When his car was taken and his apartment emptied, the silence hit him harder than the loss. For the first time, he realized how alone he was. The friends who once praised his lifestyle disappeared. The same people who cheered his fake success were nowhere to be found when the mask fell off. He moved back into a small room, humbled but wiser. And for the first time, he started from zero. This time, honestly. It took him years to rebuild his credit, regain his peace, and learn that true success isn't about display, it's about discipline. But not everyone gets that second chance. Some people never recover. Some lose their homes, their marriages, their mental health. Some even take their own lives under the weight of debt and shame. Because debt is not just financial, it's emotional. It crushes self-esteem and kills motivation. You start feeling like your life belongs to someone else. And the cruel reality is, in a way, it does. Look around you. How many people are smiling on the outside but terrified on the inside? How many are trapped in a cycle of working jobs they hate just to maintain appearances they can't afford? How many marriages are collapsing under financial tension? It's not that people are evil or weak, it's that they never learn to say one powerful word: enough. Enough pretending. Enough competing. Enough borrowing from peace to pay for pride. Real wealth is quiet. It doesn't scream. It doesn't need validation. It grows slowly like roots under the ground, until one day it stands tall and unshakable. But fake wealth, as that loud, showy kind, collapses the moment the bills arrive. Here's the truth nobody tells you. You don't need everything you think you need. You just need stability. You don't need the latest phone, the fanciest clothes, or the biggest house. You need a plan. You need patience. You need discipline. Those three things will take you farther than any appearance ever will. Living within your means doesn't make you boring. It makes you powerful. It means you control your money instead of letting it control you. It means you can say no without fear because you don't owe anyone. It means when life hits, and it will, you're not broken by one emergency. And here's the thing. Starting over is not shameful. What's shameful is staying fake. It's pretending to live a life that's quietly killing you. You can downsize, adjust, and rebuild. You can walk away from the illusion and start writing your real story. The day you stop living beyond your means is the day you start living within your peace. The world may not clap for you immediately, but your future self will. You'll thank yourself for every unnecessary thing you didn't buy, every debt you refused to take, every temptation you resisted, because each one is a step toward freedom. If you want to know what real success looks like, it's not in luxury, it's in simplicity. It's in sleeping well at night, not worrying about overdue bills. It's in walking with your head high, knowing your life is honest. It's in being able to help others because your own foundation is solid. That's wealth. Quiet, humble, but unshakable. Living beyond your means is not just a financial mistake. It's a spiritual one. It's trading peace for pressure, truth for image, and tomorrow for today. And once you do it long enough, it becomes a habit that's hard to break. That's why the smartest people you'll ever meet live modestly. They don't need to prove anything to anyone. Their proof is in their peace. So if you're listening to this and you're caught in that trap, the endless chase to appear successful, stop. Just stop. Look at your life honestly. Ask yourself, who am I trying to impress? Because chances are the people you're trying to impress don't even notice, and the people who love you don't care about the things you're chasing. You owe it to yourself to be free. Free from fake appearances, free from financial anxiety, free from the shame of pretending. Freedom is the luxury everyone secretly wants, but few are willing to work for. So start today. Cut unnecessary spending. Cancel what doesn't serve you. Learn to say, I can't afford that yet. There's power in that word. It's not a weakness. It's maturity. It's control. Michael did it. He sold what he didn't need, paid off his debts slowly, and built his life back. Quietly, this time. No flashy cars, no luxury apartment. But every morning he woke up free. And in that freedom, he found something money could never buy: peace. And maybe that's the lesson. Life is not about showing off what you have, but about being content with what you can manage. Because peace, once lost, costs more than anything you could ever buy. If this message hit you hard, then it was meant to. Sometimes we need to hear uncomfortable truths to save ourselves from silent destruction. So before you click away, hit that like button, subscribe, and share this video with someone who needs to hear it, because you never know whose life it might save. Remember this: success is not about how much you spend. It's about how much you keep, how wisely you live, and how peacefully you sleep. Don't let fake luxury steal your real life, because in the end, it's better to live humbly than to die pretending.